Welcome to episode 15 of Lakeshore Christian Church's Midweek podcast. I'm Pastor Randy Cordell. We're coming to you live from our studio at our Antioch campus here in beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. Each week on the podcast, we plan to talk about all things Lakeshore. On a regular basis, we'll have guests come in and spend some time with us. We'll get to interview and find out more about them and their ministry, their work in the community, those types of things. I want to encourage you, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the podcast. You might want to hit that notification bell as well. You can catch us live at noon on Wednesdays, and then it'll be posted for you to view anytime after that on our YouTube channel and other popular podcast platforms. So we hope you'll be a regular listener, and we hope you'll encourage others to tune in as well. My guest today is Tito Lozano. He's our youth pastor here at our Antioch campus. Welcome, Tito.
Welcome.
It's good to have you here, man. Glad you're with us today. I want our audience to get to know you a little bit better, so tell us a little bit about where you're from, where you grew up, those kinds of things.
Yeah, so first of all, I want to start off, both my parents are from El Salvador, so I am Salvadorian, and when they came to the United States, they came to Los Angeles, so I was born in Los Angeles. One of the big reasons I'm a huge USC fan and a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
But we moved to Nashville when I was around 2 years old, so I've been pretty much raised in Antioch my whole entire life.
Yeah. I knew some of that origin story, but I didn't know the LA part, so that's really cool. I knew you liked USC, but I wasn't sure what the connection was.
Yeah, my dad used to actually security guard the games,
Oh, wow.
the college football games and then stuff like that. So.
Well, that's cool. Well, as you were growing up, did you have any idea, did it ever cross your mind that you might want to be a youth pastor one day?
Never. My biggest fear is actually public speaking. So it's funny that I'm in this role.
Aren't you glad that I got you in today to talk more?
Yeah. So,
well, that's great. Well, tell us a little bit about how you first got connected to Lakeshore and you know, all those dots that got connected that led you to where you are now as a youth pastor here.
Yeah. So if anybody remembers where the old campus was, off of Anderson Road, I used to live and grew up in the Smith Spring townhomes. And the only thing separating the townhomes and the church were just a big pile of rocks.
Right.
And then one day on the bus, a friend asked me like, "Hey, you want to come to church and play some basketball?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So I showed up one week, made a lot of good friends, made connections, Mike Schwartz did a really good job pouring into me. And ever since then, I just kept going. It's something about it that was different that I didn't have anywhere else. So it was an awesome experience. It went from just going to go play basketball to finding something bigger than that.
Right.
And it was pretty amazing.
I love how God connects those dots, and he uses something like a friend inviting you to play basketball to help make that first step. Everybody's got a first step they have to take to get connected and get involved. And I'm glad that you had a friend that did that, and that Mike Schwartz was serving as our youth pastor at the time for middle school, and he helped pour into you and influence you in a lot of ways. And we're happy to have Mike still with us at our Smyrna campus as a Smyrna campus pastor there. He did a great job with the youth program. But the experience of him pouring into you being a part of the youth program here, I know contributed to your ability now to have a good feel for who we are, what our youth program's all about, and you could be a part of that. You had some other experience, too, that we really liked as we were looking to add another staff member to work with our youth program here. You were working with CIY, and I know you did a lot with them and their program, especially their summer program, and man, what a great experience that was.
Yeah, that was amazing. So CIY is a program that they do camps for elementary, middle school, and high school, and Lakeshore, we go to their summer events every single year, and so I kind of grew up already familiar with CIY, going to CIY Move as a high school student. And then one day, Mike Schwartz came up to me he's like, "Hey, I think you'd be pretty good at this internship that CIY is putting out." So I signed up for that. I waited till the last day to turn in my application, but I did it, and it went through the process of that and ended up having one of the best summers I ever had. We went and traveled around the United States, just hosting week-long camps for students. I got to be in charge of all the outside games, connect with the students, connect with the staff at CIY and all those things, and came back, worked part-time at the YMCA, and then the next following year, they asked me to come back as a team lead, and I accepted it, and that's kind of around the same time before I headed off to do that summer where I got presented the opportunity to come on staff as Lakeshore Youth Pastor.
Yeah, we knew that you had some great experience there. And as we were thinking about a person that would be great for our staff, we knew that experience was good. We also knew that you knew the DNA of Lakeshore as good as anyone because you had been such a part of it, so actively involved in the youth program already. And we just felt like that was going to be a really good fit. And the fact that we still have Mike Scherer here, Mike Swartz, Jeff Schicks, we're all still around and able to pour into you and help give oversight and direction for you as you were starting out as a new youth pastor too.
Yeah, I would say that's made it even easier. Just the mentorship that was already established from when I was a youth and still having those same connections now. I mean, Schwartz and Mike Scherer and Jeff Schicks were all great mentors. I mean, people that I looked at more than just a youth pastor, and they definitely taught me that being in that role is more than just a teaching aspect, but it's building those relationships with the students on a long-term basis.
Yeah.
More than just, once they graduate, it's not goodbye, but it's like, I'm still part of your life. And I think they did a really good job showing that to me. So I'm hoping to put that to my students as well.
Yeah. And you're doing a good job with that. And I know that, as we were looking at bringing you on staff, we talked to some of the people at CIY, and that's one of the things they said, stood out about you is the connection you made with the young people at the CIY programs. How it wasn't just a job and it wasn't just teaching the lesson or running the game that you were running or whatever. It was actually connecting with the young men and young women that were there for the program. And that's what we were looking for. And I'm glad it was modeled for you, and then you were able to live that out too.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
That's good. Well, I know we've got a lot of listeners here that may have, tell us a little more about the program here at the Antioch campus, the ages. I know you do both middle school and high school, when they meet, what kind of programs we've got going on right now for them.
Yeah, so we meet on Wednesday nights, both middle school and high school. Right now we are a combined meeting on Wednesday nights, and we start off with just an open gym. We go hang out. I have a group of adult volunteers that are there, hanging out with them, playing games, just talking to them. We move on into our youth center, and then we just kind of do either a short group game, or we ask just like, how's your day been and stuff like that. I go on with my lesson, and then we split off into small groups depending on gender and grade. So we'll do a middle school girls group, a middle school guys group, a high school girls group, and a high school guys group. Because I do think it is important to split off with those ages, because there's just different conversations, different life settings. They're going through different things. So I do think it is important to split them off at a point. And I have great volunteers that do that, that come with me and they team up with them, because just like I was saying earlier, I think that aspect is super important. The life group, the bonds, the friendships you make through that is super important. So we take life groups and small groups, super important in our youth group program. Yeah. And then on Sunday mornings, we have our 9 a.m., which is our high school. We just go in there, we hang out for a little bit in the beginning. I say my lesson. We don't do small groups in the Sunday morning services. We kind of just do a longer lesson, and we do communion at the end, and then we split off. And the same thing goes for our junior high, which is at our 11 o'clock service as well. Yeah.
I know the volunteers are a huge part of this. We couldn't do any of our ministries really without our volunteer team, and you've got some great ones, and I know you're very appreciative of what they do. And with your oversight, with your guidance, they're able to do a great job. And I agree with you that the life group, they have fun when they're all together and all that. But when you get into, like you said, what's going on in their lives, there's a big difference in a 6th grader and a 12th grader. So breaking them into those smaller groups makes a big difference. And they can make better connections with each other and with the volunteer or the leader for their group, and develop those relationships more and talk more about what's on their level, what's going on in their lives. Yeah. But tell us a few of the volunteers you've got working with you right now here at the Antioch campus.
Yeah, we have on the middle school girls side, we have Angie Gleason and we have Jessica Lehman, which Jessica Lehman also does the children's ministry. So you probably guys are familiar with her on a Sunday morning. Yeah. On the middle school, kind of a tag team middle school and high school guys, we have Jason McMurray and myself. And then for the high school ladies, we have Sherilyn McMurray, and we just brought on Autumn Burrell onto the team.
I'm glad Autumn has stepped in there with that.
So it's been amazing. Like you just said, it's not possible without them. Like none of the things that we could do are possible without them. The connections that they have outside, they make sure they catch up on how they're doing through the week. They try to make sporting events. We have a a girls' night and guys' night once a month. That a lot of the times they're the ones planning it. I'm not even the one planning it, so they make that much easier as well. So they really enjoy it.
That's great. And I know you guys, even though it's 2 campuses, you guys cooperate and communicate with the other Smyrna campus as well. Oftentimes you'll do things together, have events that they're both involved in as well.
Yeah.
And some of the programming, you guys coordinate on all of that. So
yeah.
That's great. I know, too, that with experience that you had with CIY, we still take groups to CIY programs. I know we did this past summer. We had a great group go both weeks, I believe, for the middle school and high school. Was it Move and Mix? I believe,
yeah, so right? Mix will be the middle school program, and Move is our high school program.
Yeah. I think we had about 26 one week, and I don't remember what it was the other week.
Yeah,
but,
I think we had 26 and then 21 on our events.
Fantastic. Well, we love it. We also cooperate and connect a lot with Jeff Schicks with Youth for Christ and combine some of the efforts in programming and events and service projects and things like that with them. So that's a good connection too.
Yeah. So with Jeff Schicks, we're going to be plugging up into Wright Middle School. Yeah. So the goal with that is just trying to get people from the community to come to Lakeshore through that way as well, trying to get into the public schools. And just being able to hang out with them and show them, I think it makes a big difference. It
does, and Youth for Christ is a great avenue for us to be able to get into the public schools where probably otherwise it would be tougher to do, but they already have that inroad there. Mm-hmm. That makes it possible. And I know Jeff has bragged on you and working with him and going to the schools there like that, and also thank you for doing that part of it too. We moving forward, I know we can always use more volunteers at both campuses. And, of course, if any of our parents have any questions about the program, maybe they are new to Lakeshore or thinking about coming or having their children involved, what is the best way for them to get more information, take that next step on getting connected or involved there?
Yeah, we would love to have more volunteers. You can never have enough people pouring into these students' lives. The best way to contact me would be just through our Lakeshore email, which is titol@lakeshorechristian.com. Or just always contacting the front desk as well and getting information that way. I'm always available in the lobby on a Sunday morning. So either way of contact is fine. We would love to tell you more about it, get specific. It's awesome. It really is fun. It brings a lot of joy to our adult leaders as well.
Yeah. So if you're interested in volunteering, be sure you contact Tito, or if you just got questions about your kids being involved, he'll be glad to help you with that. I know you guys do some fundraisers from time to time too, and we appreciate the support that people give us with that. I know you've done bake sales at the cafe, did a car wash this summer, some things like that.
Yeah, and those fundraisers truly help out a lot. I mean, there's so many families that we've helped go to camps that just weren't able to afford it. And we get to give them scholarships through these fundraisers. And then the kids also get to really have fun. They get to enjoy the bake sale, baking something. They come and brag every morning like, Tito, I made these brownies all by myself.
That's
or
great. Yeah.
They wash the cars. And I know it makes an impact because I was one of those students that couldn't afford. Yeah. And I know we did scholarships back then, and that was one of the ways that I got to go on trips as well and never miss out on a trip. So super important.
Absolutely. And with the scholarships, obviously, some people hesitate to have the youth group wash their car. Or, I brought mine up here. I was a little hesitant for that too. But they did a pretty good job. But it was mainly about donating the money to try to help out. And you don't even have to do the car wash or the bake sale. If you want to make a special donation to go toward a scholarship for a young person to go to CIY or any of the other programs that we have, you can just always do it through our church office here and just let us know to designate it for a child that needs the help. A family that needs help with that as a scholarship for them. And we always are very grateful for any donations that you make like that.
And one of the other things are the proceeds from the cafe actually go to the youth group. So that is another way to be able to donate is through just the cafe every Sunday morning. I know some people.
Yeah. Here at the Antioch campus, we have a lot of people that first thing they do when they get here, they go over to the cafe. They got to have that coffee from the cafe or tea. They got great shine-worthy tea there. I have to put a plug in there. But they also have other treats there at the cafe. And any proceeds from that, like Tito was saying, that helps out with our youth program too. So not only are you getting something you want, but you're giving back and helping out in that way too. So we appreciate everybody that goes to the cafe and gets items there. Well, Tito, I want to thank you for taking some time today. Tell us a little about your family before you go too. just recently celebrated a birthday, and you're married. Tell us about you're married to your wife, Megan. We love having her here, and you've got a beautiful young boy now.
Yeah, so I have a beautiful wife named Megan. I met her through mutual friends here at Lakeshore, actually. We were just casual friends, and then one day
casual friends. That's how my wife and I started too. Yeah.
I got the courage to ask her out, and things turned out for the best. And now we have a beautiful son named Joaquin. He is 15 months old, and that has been a journey. It's been the best thing ever. The dad life is awesome. He's a great kid. Always have a smile.
Yeah,
has my appetite. Always eating. So if anybody's ever seen him, he's always smiling and ready to give a big smile to somebody.
He is. I love his little personality he's got already. And if you are on social media, you might see Tito does a few posts of him trying different things to eat on a regular basis. And Joaquin seems to like almost everything. There have been a few things he didn't really care as much for, but he eats most anything.
Yeah, he's eaten a lot, more than a lot of people have probably eaten in their lifetime. We keep feeding him different. It's almost like an experiment at this point.
Oh, that's great. Well, man, we love having you guys here. You and your family are a blessing to us, and I appreciate you and all that you do. And I want our listeners to be praying for Tito and his family and for our youth program here. It's a great outreach for us to help these young people make that connection to Jesus, to get to know and follow him and bring others to follow Jesus too. So thanks again, Tito. Appreciate you
for having me.
Before we go today, I want to give you some updates on some things we've got going on here at the church. We have some exciting things all month long. We are asking you to be collecting clothing items that are in good shape that you like to donate to Thrift Smart. We love our partnership with Thrift Smart. You can visit their website at thriftsmart.com to find out more about them. But on Sunday, September the 25th, they're going to have their truck at our Antioch campus. But we're collecting clothing items at both campuses, and they'll be brought to the Antioch campus to be put on the truck to be taken to Thrift Smart. And then we get gift cards back from Thrift Smart that we can use for ministry here in the local area. Coming up this weekend, there's a ladies' retreat out at White Mills Christian Campus, September the 16th and 17th. So ladies, if you haven't registered yet, you need to go ahead and do that if you'd like to get out for that retreat. And then the men's retreat will be the following weekend, September 23rd and 24th. We've also set up a Red Cross blood drive on September the 20th here at the Antioch campus. Anybody can participate. You can sign up for any of these things at our website at lakeshorechristian.com or on our kiosk at either of our campuses there when you're there. And you can sign up for an appointed time that you come in and donate blood. We also want to encourage you, if you're not already connected to a life group, we want to help you with that process of getting connected. Getting started is the hardest part, and once you make that connection, it's really a great place to be, and you get to make friendships and grow in your walk with Christ. So we have life group signups going on all the time, but you could click on the life group graphic on our website. It'll take you to the form to fill out, and someone will follow up with you and help you take that next step in getting connected. We've also recently scheduled an audio training session. If you notice, every Sunday and for other events, we have people back at the soundboard running the sound and lights and video and all of that, and we're always looking for more volunteers. So if you're currently someone who works at the soundboard, or you're looking to find out more information or possibly get more training to work in that area of ministry, we would love for you to be a part of that. Saturday, October the 1st from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, we're going to be doing a training session. You just sign up on our website, click on that graphic that says audio training, fill out that form there, and plan to be with us on Saturday, October the 1st. This Sunday, September the 18th, we're going to continue our message series we started a couple of weeks ago called Legacy. It's a study of the life of Joseph, one of the most interesting characters to me in the Old Testament because of his faithfulness through hard things that he went through. This week, Mike Swartz is going to challenge us with a message on our legacy when we are hurt. When you're hurting, when you're struggling through something, it is hard to maintain that faithfulness and that consistency that you need to have. But Joseph was able to do that, and we can learn a lot from his example and other scriptures that we'll be looking at where God reassures us that he's with us even when we're hurting, and he is the great comforter who can take us through it and bring us out on the other side and even bless us through the process and allow us to bless others. You can read ahead in Genesis chapter 45, more of those events in Joseph's life, to be prepared to come this Sunday. We want you to come in person if you're in the area. We'd love to see you at either campus. If you can't be at our campuses, you can join us online at lakeshorechristian.com on our YouTube channel. We have a link to it there, or you can go directly to the YouTube link yourself. And we hope you'll join us in person or online. Sunday mornings here at the Antioch campus, we have services at 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. We have a service at our Smyrna campus at 10 o'clock. Our live stream goes out every Sunday morning at 9 a.m., and then it's posted after that for you to watch anytime afterwards. We encourage you to invite family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, and join us as we continue to connect, grow, and serve here at Lakeshore Christian Church. Thank you for joining us for our podcast today.